Well, I want you to meet a 7-year-old. That's right, a 7-year-old who is going to put us all to shame. That's right. This 7-year-old had a buddy, and his buddy got a disease, and it was another 7-year-old buddy, and he needed an operation that could only be done in one place in the United States, and he needed $20,000 to be able to get this operation, and actually, so the child could walk even. So Quinn, this is the 7-year-old, man, he became a superhero. He said, I'm going to get a lemonade stand and get money for his buddy to get the operation. And his mother said, well, that's nice, Quinn, and didn't just encourage him, but didn't believe him. The kid got $20,000 from a lemonade stand, just in like a few days. Then he got $60,000 total on the internet for his buddy. Wow. I mean, a 7-year-old child could see a problem and not get anything stand in his way to solve the problem. I mean, that's what problem solving is all about. And he's put all the rest of us to shame. I mean, I watch that and I feel, boy, my life is nothing compared to what that kid's doing. Sees a problem, figures out a way to solve it, and just goes and does it. Most of us will be convinced there's 15 reasons why we can't do this. See, this kid doesn't have an education, and all the people who convince them that it can't be done. He just goes out and does it. That's what's neat about the honesty of young people. They're wise. They know what's good and bad instinctively, and they just go out and do it. When we get too educated for our own good and think of 1,500 reasons why something can't be done and blame other people for everything and why it's not done. God, look at Quinn, 7 years old. He put on his Superman cape and went out. And actually, I sent him a Superman cape because I believe this is a superhero in our society. Somebody who sees a problem someone else is having and doesn't complain or get somebody else that goes out and solves that problem himself. What more can a superhero be than to see a problem that someone else is having and go out with themselves to solve that problem? Quinn is our superhero, and puts the rest of us to shame. Boy, I wish I could be like Quinn. Watch this. Well, Heather Romney, and I think that you are just like a superhero in our lives. I mean, here you are. Well, it's really your son, Quinn. What is he, 7 years old?
He is 7 years old. Yeah.
And his buddy, Braden, is it?
Braden, yeah.
Braden has cerebral palsy, and he could get an operation that you're in Canada, and this operation in the States, and they needed $20,000. And you went online to help your son, Quinn, raise already $60,000 so his friend can have this operation. I mean, I just can't think of anything more important we need in life is more of you and Quinn. Now, if everyone else could leave the planet, we have more people like you and Quinn, then, man, we'd have a great place here.
Well, thank you. That's very nice.
But it is. I mean, it's just terrific. And Quinn was really the one who wanted to do it, huh?
Yes, it was completely his idea. He came to us and he said, I want to start a lemonade stand. I want to raise money for Braden. He had seen him do physiotherapy and saw how painful it was. And I said, okay, but if you want to raise that much money, we have to advertise. So we need to put it on the internet and get our friends and family that can't make it here to the lemonade stand to donate.
So when you went on the internet, you found this site that helped you, right?
Exactly, ucaring.com, and it was a free thing for us to set up, and they didn't take fees unless you wanted to donate some of the donations. And we set it up and linked it to our Facebook and started sharing it. And when the media picked up the story, it's been shared all around the world.
Wow. So really, you had down the street, you had a lemonade stand then, right? With you and Quinn doing that. And people came up and gave you $20,000 just at the lemonade stand, huh?
For $23,000 on the one day.
Wow! And so you took that cash and put it into the fundraising on the site on You Caring, and you say You Caring doesn't even charge you, doesn't take a percentage of anything unless
No.
you say you want it. Yeah.
No, if a person chooses to donate to us,
Yeah.
there's an option for them to make a small donation to You Caring. It's optional.
I see.
And that goes to the operating costs.
Wow. That's it. Now, how long did it take you to set up the site?
Maybe less than an hour, maybe half
Really?
an hour.
So an hour or a half hour of your time, you're able to raise $60,000, and it was your 7-year-old Quinn who decided a lemonade stand, and you had people driving by and give you $23,000. Wow, what a life we live in! It's just wonderful. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, what does Quinn think? I mean, that must be incredible.
He says that it's the most successful lemonade stand that anyone's ever had. And he's incredibly proud of himself for helping his friend. And the most amazing thing to me is that through this whole thing, all the publicity he's had and all of the positive comments, not once has he asked for anything in return.
No kidding. Wow. So, I mean, it must empower him so much to see as a 7-year-old how he can solve problems in life. You know?
That's right.
Yeah, so anytime he sees a problem, just go to it. That's why, to me, he's a superhero. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to send Quinn a superhero cape.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So I had these made up for people like Quinn, you know, who really go out and fly around and just see a problem and solve it. We need more people like him to do this. So I'm going to send him a superhero cape so he knows that, man, he is appreciated. Man, if everyone was like Quinn in this world, we'd be finished with problems and bored as hell. But but I mean, the power it gives him now to see that he can do it. I think most of us, by the time we get older, we think, oh, we can't do that. You know, we know 1,500 reasons why we can't do it. You know? And you probably wouldn't do it, and still Quinn made you find this, right?
Honestly, that's how I thought when he told me. I patted him on the head and I said, "That's nice, sweetie." And I said to my husband, if we're lucky, we'll make $1,000 from our friends and family, and that will help towards the surgery cost. But we had no clue, and not once did he ever waver. He said, "Mommy, I'm going to do it," and
wow.
we doubted him, but now you know what? He's made a believer out of us too. That
right.
it can be
he's going to be Prime Minister of Canada one of these days. Huh? Well, how about his friends? I mean, the relationship changed with all his buddies, other 7-year-olds and all?
I think with Braden himself, their relationship is as strong as it can be.
I see, yeah.
And Braden's family as well, that it's brought us all closer. We've got to know his extended family quite well.
Yeah.
And with Quinn's friends, both of the boys belong to Beaver Scouts. And
I see.
My husband and I are the leaders of the Scouts.
Oh,
and,
I see.
it was really nice to see the boys and the girls come down and support Quinn and Braden on the day of the lemonade stand, and all the words of encouragement we've gotten from the website as well as on social media.
So people like outside your neighborhood even gave you money and stuff like this?
We had money donated on the website on You Caring from as far away as Australia,
wow,
Ireland, the United States,
wow.
UK, Belgium, wow. Greece, all over the world.
So Braden has cerebral palsy, and it's tough for him to move around without his braces, and he can't put his feet flat, things like that. So this is a procedure that's not in Canada, but it's in the United States that could more or less fix it pretty easily too, right?
The difference is in Canada, the surgery would be quite invasive, and he would have to spend about 6 months in a wheelchair and doing very painful rehabilitation. Where in the United States, it's done as a day surgery, and he will literally walk out of the hospital.
I mean, in and out in a day, and he walks out?
In and out.
Wow.
He'll be
in
able
other words,
his rehabilitation.
He'd be 6 months in bed in a body cast, you said, too, or something?
Yes, in a wheelchair, and then very painful rehabilitation that could leave him wanting to stay in the wheelchair.
I see. Oh, because it was too hard just to even rehabilitate, huh?
Exactly. Very painful.
Oh, gosh. Well, what a champion you guys are. I mean, I just... Oh, I just think, you know, and the internet to me, I mean, how technology also helped something like this happen, because you wouldn't have doing your lemonade stand, you know, it was hard to get 23 grand before the internet. Huh? So being able to use technology, I would think you too now probably realize the power that you have with these tools now. Yeah.
It
Like,
absolutely, and what amazes me is that how the story was picked up and spread around the
yeah,
world, and we've heard from news agencies all over the world,
really.
Japan, China, all over. And the best part is that we've had nothing but positive comments, which is so refreshing.
Wow. Well, how can you not have that? And you still have all this international media, and you're still talking to a little guy like me.
Well, that's a big deal in our lives.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you, and I really appreciate this so much. And that's why, to me, it's you're also showing other people how this can be done, and I think that's a wonderful message you have as an individual to encourage other people. We all want to sit around and complain about life, you know, and blame it on other people not solving problems. When we go out and solve them ourselves, you know. If Quinn can do it, we all can do it.
Exactly. A little 7-year-old from Canada can raise over
Right.
$6,000. We can all do that.
Well, he's going to show us all up. Well, thank you so much, Heather, and give my best to Quinn, and tell him, you know, look in the post that this is becoming. Okay.
I will tell him, and he will be thrilled.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again. And you go to, well, it's youcaring.com, and you just search for My Buddy Braden, Brayden. So that's youcaring.com. Go to My Buddy Braden and help Quinn. Let's make him a superhero.
Thank you so much for having us.
You bet. Take care, and say hello to your husband there.
I will.